Hey guys, the Think Friends are done here. Today we are bringing you our top 5 movies. Now these are not in any specific order, although I am going to say number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1 again. Like I said, not in any specific order. Alright, so we'll start off. Number 5, Chris.
Number 5, probably going to have to be, this is more of a series than just a specific movie. I really enjoyed the Transformers series. I started back in maybe 2008, 2006 perhaps. I've really been enjoying going to see them. Great special effects, awesome storyline. They take me back to watching Transformers when I was a little kid. It's just like that, except for way more badass and awesome, I guess. I don't know. Plus, Megan Fox. Who doesn't want to stare at that for 2 hours? You know? Am I right? Alright. But I mean, it's just, they're quality movies. Great production, like I said. Pretty decent acting. Great special effects. Not really anything I can complain about, except for the fact that I got rid of Megan Fox.
So out of that series, which one would you say would be closest
Probably
to
Revenge of the Fallen, because it ties into the ancient, I don't want to say ancient, but the older Decepticons, maybe a little bit more of the history that's involved. But yeah, that was my favorite, I have to say.
Okay. My number 5 would be 300. The series is actually this series today is actually more so fictional or closer to gaming related movies. So we try to go with things that aren't based on more like today's stuff, like The Hangover and things like that. But that's kind of the series that we kind of went with today. So mine is 300. I'm a huge Spartan fan. I literally have a Spartan sword. I can show it on webcam at some point in time. Or I guess Chris will go grab it. Grab my spear too. So huge Spartan fan. So that makes 300 my number 5. Waiting on him to grab the spear and sword.
Well, maybe I'll just poke the ceiling.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our ceilings are about 7 foot tall. The spear's about 6 foot.
No, dude, this spear is way less. I mean, way less than a foot off of the ceiling.
So, this is your usual Spartan sword, except for my handle's all screwed up from wear and tear. It's also rusted. I need to get it taken care of. But there's my Spartan sword. And the Spartan spear, which is literally about 6 foot or more long. And I can lay it down on the ground. It's almost about halfway between me and the desk right now. And the tip touches the top of the chair.
Yeah.
So, big nut on Spartans. So, number 4?
Number 4, probably going to have to be, although it holds a very, very dear spot in my heart, Dragonheart. No pun intended. I mean, it's just a classic movie in my opinion. Grew up watching it all the time with my mom. I mean, it's got a really, really good storyline, I feel. I really enjoyed the acting. Kevin Costner did a good job in that one. You know, Sean Connery as Draco Wash.
You know there's more than one, right?
What?
You do know there's more than one, right?
There is the second one, which I refuse to watch. But because the description sounded like garbage, so I will not taint my my memory of this great movie with watching the other one, just like Frosty Snowman 2, which, in my opinion, did not exist. Just saying. But I feel like it's a really, really good movie in my opinion, but I feel like it's up there more so because of the sentimental value it has. I was watching with my mom. Same with Man in the Iron Mask, which is also a quality movie in my opinion. It's got dragons in it. I mean, come on. How can you argue with that? That'll actually light you up, Alex. Let's go see you now.
Holy shit, you can see me now!
You really need to have a different choice of shirt color when you do this.
All my shirts are good. They're all either black with something Star Wars or Dragon related, or blue with something car related.
That's pretty cool. It's the Joker vest. See, oh, look at that right there, man. Look, you look how clearly we can see it now. It's because we're so far away. We need to move up.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't like being clear. I look fat then.
There we go. There we go. Everybody say hi, Alex. All right. Anyways, number 4.
Number 4, Braveheart. It's kind of based on a true story, so it kind of doesn't go along with the whole fiction thing, but it's not something that can happen nowadays. But it is definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. I have this problem when I'm PvPing sometimes. I'll go, "Freedom!"
I think it fits in there more so because most of the events or most of that movie is really fictitious. It's one of like the worst historical movies ever made. So, but it's a great movie. I'm not saying it's not a good movie, but
It's a very good movie. Very good movie. Number 3.
Number 3.
Now you're making me feel bad.
Oh damn! You gotta say it's probably gonna.
Son of a bitch.
Dude, you're gonna kill our fucking scene, dude. That thing needs to be disassembled when it's moved. Anyways, it's probably gonna have to be Avatar, not the junk movie that was Avatar: The Last Airbender, which only covered the water tribe. I mean, if not,
I'm still dark.
if it is not, it's almost the best-selling movie or box office movie of all time. It is just ridiculous. The CGI is absolutely phenomenal. It's ridiculous how good they did, how good of a job they did with that. The story is freaking awesome. I mean, you can relate to it, and it really makes it I mean, even though they're not it makes them seem more human, that their emotions, they feel like the same. And it's a great movie. I mean, if you've seen it, you can understand where I'm coming from. I don't really give them that much of a reason why I like these movies, but I mean, it's almost self-explanatory that these movies are great.
If you have never seen any of these movies, you should probably go watch them.
Yeah.
Plus, they made an IMVU or something like that about that, and a prawn.
IMVU?
I don't know, some weird thing that people do where you make your own avatar. You can make an avatar.
Like an avatar, or
Yeah.
just an avatar?
Yeah, but it's like an avatar. But you, it's just a chat. And people go on there to meet chicks that they think are chicks, but they're actually dudes, you know.
We all have the same body parts, it's a ponytail.
And prawns, lots of prawns. Those of you that don't know what a prawn is, write in PRON, and then look at the letters so you catch it.
Okay, go ahead.
PRON. Swap those two.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about it?
I'm trying to keep it G-rated here.
Oh, I get it.
Okay.
I understand now.
So, my number 3 then is Dragonheart. He already said it, but I will cover it anyways. Dragonheart was a very good movie. I did watch the second one. I've seen the second one. I owned the second one. I liked it.
Really?
I thought it was alright.
I might have missed that.
It's kind of childish. It's more geared towards a younger audience.
Does the dragon want to be a knight?
To an extent, yeah.
It's retarded.
It's kind of, yeah, but he becomes a shit, I didn't put that series on here. I was going to say Aragon. He becomes a Knight Rider. Or he becomes a mount. Okay, number 2.
We have to excuse me for a moment. How could you possibly even say Aragon?
Because I like the series of books.
The books are freaking awesome. The movie
was,
on the other hand, does not have it cannot even be put on this whole page if it were going from like top 1 to like 1,000 compared to the books. Anyways, Alex Finder punched me in the face with Star Wars. I mean, what a monumentally just ridiculously awesome series. Star Wars has just been, I mean, obviously been around since 77? 77?
You put me a second, I will force choke you.
Anyways, I mean, just an iconic series.
It's been around for
the time period. The special effects were just absolutely off the chart. Even now, they still look, quite realistic. I mean, just a dynamic storyline, epic hero, his sister, father versus son. I mean, it has so many different elements that are, key to having a good story. One of them makes a good story, but putting them all together just creates just a very, very nice overall awesomeness. For lack of better words.
Plus, there's a new one coming out next year. Where are you going? Keep walking away. Well, I guess as my partner breaks the room, I'll go ahead and switch mine around a little bit. My number 2 is also going to be Star Wars. Now, these are not in the order of highest likelihood because Star Wars would be number 1, but I'm swapping it. That way I don't say Star Wars next time, and you guys are like, didn't he just say that one time ago? So, yeah, Star Wars, like you said, it's... I mean, I can't think of anything that I'd rather watch than Star Wars. Numero 1.
Numero is going to have to be Lord of the Rings, which I would rather watch Star Wars. What?
It's number 1.
Is it really?
Now it is. Since I moved them around.
Lord of the Rings is got fantasy, it's got swords. And I'm gonna
Hot elf chick.
Yeah. Oh my God, Liv Tyler is just. Oops, my lightsaber turned on. It's just freaking hot. It is all get out, but I mean, if we include the hot, it's got dragons, it's got freaking dwarves, humans, awesome swords, and sorcery, magic, danger, just darkness and suspense, action, righteousness, glory. It's got everything you would want in a movie.
So, one of the things we forgot, we didn't pick out our favorite one out of each of the series that we picked. So out of Dragonheart, mine would definitely be the first one. I think that it is better than the second one. I feel that the story is a lot stronger. It's a lot more... It's a lot less goofy and a lot more heartfelt and powerful. As far as Lord of the Rings goes, which one's your favorite?
Are we including the Hobbits?
Yes, we're going to include the Hobbits.
So,
No, we're not going to include the Hobbits.
Okay, good. Let's say if it comes between the first and second Hobbit, the second Hobbit is freaking awesome. Smaug is freaking badass.
My teeth are swords. My claws are spears. My wings are hurricane. Okay.
Anyways, I'd have to say probably, Return of the King. It's great. They're all just really, really good movies. Quality, production, lots of action, suspense. Beautiful scenery throughout all of them. New Zealand is just a fantastic landscape. It's beautiful, and it's very diverse and varied. But I'm going to have to say my favorite out of Lord of the Rings series is Return of the King, because obviously everyone becomes king. That's freaking awesome. Just the culmination of the series. There's so much action that's within it. I mean, you worry, is Frodo going to live? You haven't read the books. It's It's just a great story. Plus, when they chop the head off that big teeth, and my lord bid me to give you this, and gives the mithril chest, or the ringlets, to Aragorn, and just like, bam, just cuts his head off. Freaking awesome.
Mine's probably going to be number 2, The Two Towers.
It's quite a choice.
I like the whole scene where the king from the Rohan. They're called the Rohan here, and the city is called Rohan.
Yeah.
The king of Rohan. He's a king.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. The king of Rohan becomes less of a, I don't want to say coward. What's the correct term here?
He's not a coward. He is, I don't want to say he's dishonorable, but he's not righteous. He's not being selfless, as a king should be, to protect the people.
But when he does that, and that whole scene with the fight that's going on when they're in the cave, what's that place called?
Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep.
We could do that. Man, remember yesterday or the day before, trying to remember, I'll fall back to blank, and I couldn't think of the name of the place with the white tree?
Yeah.
Helm's Deep. Cool.
Helm's Deep, yeah. That whole area there was freaking awesome. I loved it because of the fact that it was just them being very defensive, but it was a castle scene, sort of like in the third one where they're in the city that we can't still think of the name of with the white tree.
That wasn't Helm's Deep?
No, that was not Helm's Deep. It's the city in the third one that has the white tree. We were talking about this yesterday. We cannot think of the name of it. But the white tree came up to us because we were watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We just found it. I mean, I've heard about it. I wanted to watch it, but my parents didn't have HBO, so I moved out, and I can finally watch it now. And good show. Good series. Watch it. But there's a white tree in there. So we were making fun. And, the white tree of... And then we can't remember the city's name.
Minas Tirith.
Minas Tirith.
The white tree of Gondor.
White tree of Gondor. Yeah, it's Minas Tirith.
Nerd fail.
But, alright, so we covered Lotro. What about Star Wars? What's your favorite episode? Or we're talking all 6 here.
Oh, God. I really liked Revenge of the Sith. I did.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. Episode 2 was kind of...
When you say episode 2, you're talking episode 2?
Yeah, episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
But episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, was action-packed. That was a good ride throughout.
See, my favorite Star Wars... Now, everybody's going to flame us here.
Don't you even say it.
Episode 1.
The Phantom Cuticle. Thumb Wars, the Phantom Cuticle.
So, the reason I picked episode 1 is because Darth Maul. He's right there behind me, if you guys can't tell. He's a fucking badass.
That's Maul.
Yeah, Darth Maul. Favorite character, except for...
We really do that, to turn it down so we can see ourselves.
Next to Boba Fett. But Boba Fett doesn't get enough scene time. He's like the Daryl. He's like the Daryl from Walking Dead of Star Wars. But Daryl gets even more scene time.
Reedus.
But Daryl gets more scene time though. So.
Yeah.
But
oh my God, that last season of Walking Dead. Great.
Yeah. So that's why episode 1. This is the time when you turn off the camera or turn off the video if you don't want any spoilers, because I'm getting ready to go into a little bit about the new episode.
The new one?
Yes. These are all rumors and speculation, but they could totally ruin it for you if you. So if you don't want to hear this, don't. Oh, really? You don't want to hear it?
Well, I mean, is it gonna ruin the movie for me?
No, it's all rumors and speculation. But I mean, as you know, the people that played Luke and Leia are pretty old,
Yeah.
so it's not going to be about Luke, Leia, and Han.
No, but
I
they're
mean-
gonna be in it.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, the guy that played Han, Harrison Ford is in his 80s.
Oh god, Harrison Ford is in his 70s, I believe. I know that Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher are in their middle 60s. I don't think Harrison Ford's 80 yet. We'll find out.
But they're not young and spry anymore.
Yeah.
So as much as it's going to suck that the new one is not going to have all the story between Luke training the new Jedi and things like that, it will have their kids in it. Luke's kids, Leia and Han's kids, and I have heard a lot of rumors that Boba Fett will be making an appearance again.
He's 72.
72?
He was born in 1942.
72 years old. So Han Solo is 72 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of speculation that Boba Fett's going to be in it. Why? He fell on the Sarlacc. That means he's Sarlacc pit. He means he's dead. Now, he's wearing Mandalorian armor. That shit doesn't degrade like regular armor or clothing. Yeah. And yeah, his jetpack's damaged, but doesn't mean he can't climb out.
I know you said something about him.
No, he's not dead yet.
Yeah.
They say he's coming back. Whether or not he'll come back, or whether it'll be like he came back and he settled down and has a kid now, and it'll be his kid. No, who knows? 'Cause, I mean, if they're making Luke and Leia old, they can't. Boba Fett can't be young and spry anymore, can he?
No.
But he's
As
not.
if Luke and Leia and Han are actually going to, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher are going to be playing their characters in the movie.
From what I understand, it will be.
Okay.
It'll be like the Falcons crashed, destroyed, things like that. It's their kids.
But I do bring up this point. Boba Fett, is he the same as the Stormtroopers?
Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett, so are the troopers, but the troopers are genetically altered to where they will age faster to a certain point, and then they age normally.
Now, will clones made in the future still come out as the original age? When they come out being his age? Because, they could just have, a specially trained clone
I guess
take
they
up
could.
the mantle of the new bounty hunter for the movie.
I guess they could do something like that. Boba Fett could have himself cloned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a good predicament. I don't know. I haven't heard that much into it. I have heard that he's going to be in it. Like I said, this is all speculation from people that either work with LucasArts and Disney or have a lot of connections that work with them. I don't know. Whether it's all true or not, I don't know. It's on the internet. You want to find it, go look. Trust me. But it's going to be about their kids. So I'm hoping that Boba will be back, because then that would make this my new episode favorite. I mean, it'll be my new favorite for a little while anyways, because it's the new one. But, Speaking of which, if anybody is in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, and you want to see the new one on opening night,
Oh. I thought you were trying to do that whole thing with
No.
meet up.
Cincinnati, Ohio area, that's where we're going to be.
Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Why not go to Cleveland?
Oh, it's going on with me.
Check this out. This is Ohio. Alright? This is Toledo. This is Cleveland. This is Cincinnati.
Okay.
Cincinnati is literally like almost at the bottom of Ohio on the western side.
Maybe it's Columbus.
Columbus is in the middle. It would be farther from probably be about the same price. But Cincinnati probably would be a decent place for us to meet up, I guess. But either way, it's not good about.
It might be Columbus or Cincinnati. I can't remember which. It's
Pretty sure you said Cincinnati. So. And yeah. And
Either way.
any hot Star Wars fans want to be on around for the movies, let us know.
totally. But definitely, if you guys want to get together and go see it, it'd be cool to go as a big group and have some fun. I'm sure it's going to be sold out, but we're going to be there for the midnight episode.
I had tickets for Revenge of the Sith midnight, but my dad overslept and we missed it.
There won't be no oversleeping with us.
Which was very, very devastating to me. And so
There won't be no
I
oversleeping
was
for
very
us.
upset about it.
Did you hear that? No oversleeping for us. I'll be up for 48 hours before I fall asleep. So that's it for us today, guys. We're going to go cook out now. It's pretty nice out. So we're going to go make some burgers. Take it easy.
And as always, just stay classy, as well.